Okay, so I have a writer who has got me an email with a problem, and so I thought I would read you through the problem that they have, what they've written me. I have asked their permission, and read out my response, just so that you can start to see how I can help my writers. And also, if you're suffering from this problem as well, you might get some useful tips. So this is, Dear Cat, can I even call myself a writer anymore? I started my novel 6 years ago. I thought it was my dream and I was so excited. But now I haven't opened a file in months, maybe even a year. I stopped telling people I was writing because every time someone asked about it, I felt a pit in my stomach, like I was a complete failure and a fake writer. I still think about the story though. I see scenes playing in my head, I imagine how it could end, but I can't see how it might ever be finished. I want to picture it done, but it feels so far away there doesn't seem any point anymore. Maybe I've built up too much pressure around it, like it has to be perfect or else I've wasted all that time, but whenever I open the draft, all I see are mistakes and unfinished ideas. I've started rewriting it so many times, but then I just hate everything all over again. The characters are flat, the plot is messy, and I don't even know if the writing is good enough, so I'm avoiding it. I'm stuck in this awful cycle of wanting to write but being terrified of what's there and of what I'm not capable of. How can I move forward when every word feels like a failure, when the only thing I'm sure of is that I hate what I've already done and don't think I'm able to do any better? I'm scared I'll never finish. I'm scared I'm not good enough. But I don't want to quit. I need a way through this, a way to stop hating my own writing and start believing in the story again, because I want to be a writer and I want to see this book published one day. Can you help me? So this is something I see a lot of writers, including myself, suffer with, and this would be my response to that writer who is struggling to believe in their story and who hates everything that they have written thus far. So firstly, every single writer feels this at some point, if not most of the time when they're working on a draft. And secondly, I'm just kudos to this writer for reaching out, because sometimes we need to get out of our own heads and find an objective perspective of what we're going through and how we can step out of the spiral. But here is the plot twist. What if this is you being a writer? So what if it's meant to be messy and challenging and not perfect? Because you can't write a whole book in one sitting. You certainly can't write it perfectly first time. Trust me, I've tried. What if you need to get the imperfect story down so that you can identify all these flaws and bits that you hate, so you can figure out ways to fix them? Now, our brains love solving problems, so it will automatically look for all of the problems that need to be fixed. Your issue is that you're trying to solve them all at once, which is why you're feeling overwhelmed and you hate everything. So you need to build up some confidence to convince your mind that you are more than capable of solving these problems that you keep identifying, instead of getting just stuck on identifying all of the problems. So instead of going, there's a problem here, there's a problem there, there's a problem, you need to just step back and figure out a problem that you can solve. But here's what you do first. I want you to go through some of your writing and find at least 10 things, yes, 10 at least, that you actually like. So whether or not it's your story idea, whether or not it's a sentence that you think you've written well, whether it's even a character that you know really well. It doesn't matter in what context it is. It might be that one golden sentence in a whole paragraph of like cliches and overwriting. Just make a list of these 10 things and recognize that even when you are struggling in other areas, there is still good stuff to be found. Then when you've had that experience and you've acknowledged that you're not as bad as you think you are at this whole writing thing, that's when you take one element of the book, one problem. It might be a character that you feel is flat, it might be a plot point that you want to work out, it might be a chapter that you don't think is good enough, and you focus only on this. So in your opinion, what is wrong with it? Make a list. What's wrong with this chapter? What's wrong with this character? What do I need to work out? Then make a list of how you can improve it. What could you do to make it better? And this is when you can think about all of the options. Don't limit yourself to one. Think about all of them. And if you are really struggling to figure out how you can fix it, what do you see in other authors' work that could work for you? So if we're talking about flat characters, What in other authors that you admire, when you're reading about their characters, what stands out to you? And are you doing the same thing in your own writing? So look to other authors and see what you like about their writing that you can kind of bring into your own. And that will help you see some options as well. So try this, see how it goes, and finally, remind yourself why you started this in the first place. All that enthusiasm that you had for it is still there. You've got to tap into that version of yourself and use this to motivate you to carry on, to get you through those difficult bits, because writing a book is hard and it is messy. It's meant to be. But you can do hard things, and it's so much easier to fix something you can see than something you've never written down in the first place. So remember, the plot twist is it's meant to be messy.